The Stock Exchange of God, a true story that will change your life. I've never really understood the stock market. He said, eyes downcast. I asked him again. There must be some secret. You don't have a college degree. Your intelligence is average. You have zero business skills. You barely show up at your store. And yet, you've never faced loss. Even during floods, your warehouse stays untouched. Even your tap water feels like mineral water. What's the secret formula behind this? He smiled and said, honestly, I ask myself the same thing. And I always come back to one moment, one act of kindness. Maybe that is what unlocked God's blessings in my life. He continued, I dropped out after ninth grade, worked with my father selling fruit on a cart. After he passed away, I got a job as a store clerk. Life was colorless, pointless, and full of struggles. No passion, no future, no purpose. And then something divine happened. One day, I was sitting in a friend's grocery store when a middle-aged woman walked in. My friend immediately began mistreating her. She was pleading for more groceries. He was harshly demanding payment. She looked desperate. He looked cruel. After she left, I asked him why. He shrugged. She's a widow. Her husband died in a car accident in Saudi Arabia. Her in-laws took everything, property, assets, everything. She's left with 2 young daughters and barely survives off a small pension. My dad used to help her, but now I just mock her. It's our daily drama. Then he laughed. Anyway, forget her. What are you up to these days? But I couldn't forget her. I asked for her address. Found out her husband's name. Went to the market. Bought 2 weeks of groceries. Walked up to her door. Knocked. She came out in a worn shawl. Her 2 little girls stood behind her. I gently placed the bags at her feet and said, my father, before he died, told me he owed your husband some money. He asked me to repay it. I don't earn much, but if you allow me to pay it slowly, it will help both of us. You'll get support. I'll fulfill a debt. She and her daughters just stared at me. I smiled and walked away. And that's how it started. I began sending groceries every 2 weeks. And you may not believe this, but after the first purchase, I never had to pay out of pocket again. My income started growing. My boss gave me an idea. Use the empty front space to sell rice, lentils, sugar in small packs. I'll supply. You sell. I did. And within 2 weeks, my income quadrupled. Next visit, I brought double the groceries to the widow, and my wallet was heavier than ever. Soon, I paid her daughter's school fees, bought them clothes and shoes. God took my hand and lifted me. 2 years later, I bought the very shop I once worked in, then turned it into a commercial plaza, then started supplying food to wholesale markets. Today, I've never seen a loss. Not once. Why? Maybe because of that one moment. Maybe because of those 2 orphan girls. One became a doctor. The other started a beauty business. Now she owns over 15 salons. Their mother? She runs a shelter for widows and orphans. And me? I got addicted to giving. I started donating 10% of my income. Now I give away 60% in charity. I live off the remaining 40%. And believe me, even that feels overflowing. Every morning, I wake up and thank that woman. She was my doorway to success, my divine test, my true trade. People think this is just a story, but I promise it's 100% true. And not just mine. There are millions of such untold miracles out there. If you don't believe it, try it. Support a widow. Sponsor a child. Fund a student's education. Help someone without expecting return. And then watch God open the gates of abundance, success, and joy in your life. There's only one stock exchange in the world that never crashes, never shuts down, never loses value.